God told Adam that the day you eat of the tree, you shall surely die. But what he did not say was, the day you eat of that tree, I will surely murder you. This death was not divine revenge or payback. Any breach in relationship, any distance in moral proximity between the created and the creator initiated by man, which deviates from God's original design, is synonymous with death. Eating what God had forbidden brings with it an immediate consequence and a prolonged after effect. Generations later, you and I are still dealing with the aftermath of their disobedience because Adam and Eve failed to do the math, making the proper calculations to determine whether or not their choice would bring about a beneficial outcome. True then and now is the fact that our choices are destroying us, when the gift of choice was gifted to empower us. It is now evident in hindsight to conclude that the choice to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was a bad one. Why? Because a feeding is a seeding, and that seeding is a planting, guaranteed to produce a bad harvest. In Genesis 1:11 it reads, "And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. Because the fruit tree that God made yields fruit after his kind, and the seed is in itself, means it is designed to produce perpetually. And because it is self-sustaining, created with the power to reproduce continuously in the earth, then if and when it is consumed into the human body, it is then given license to reproduce and to bear its fruit in me and in you, perpetually and continuously. That means that whatever fruit God designed the tree being eaten to bear will perpetually be evident and visible in the person or persons who partake of it. Our generation is filled with smart technology, be it smart TVs, smartphones, etc. But have you ever entertained the truth that everything God made identifies with and relates to the Creator through a built-in intelligence system? If man can create such amazing technology infused with high levels of intelligence, then how much more can the God who made man, and on a more superior scale? God is in the details of everything he has created. Everything he has spoken into existence is endowed with smart technology. To mingle with nature is to mingle with God himself. And while God has sprinkled accents of the heavenly throughout nature, his presence is most potent in human beings made in his image and after his likeness. We alone have the distinction of being able to download and to decipher his divine data. Romans 1:20 says, "For ever since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes, his eternal power, and his divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood through his workmanship," meaning all his creation, the wonderful things that he has made, so that they who fail to believe and trust in him are without excuse and without defense. There is no valid excuse in the world not to trust in God, because God has rendered every excuse useless. The novelty quickly wears off of a gift that has no purpose, a gift that has no value, and a gift that has no meaning. Life devoid of God is my greatest example of such a squandered gift, because you can't enjoy this gift called life without the giver. Thankfully, this story doesn't have to end on a bad note. You see, the first Adam, he took God up on his offer, which was death for all. But I am extremely grateful, and so should you, that another offer was made. In John, the 10th chapter and 10th verse, it says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly." There is no valid excuse in the world not to trust in God. Christ has always been the answer. He has always been the remedy to sin. He is the answer. So now, what is your question?